It's that time of the week again. Thank Mork, it's Friday. Welcome back, guys, to another Thank Mork, it's Friday. And this week has been a lot of fun. We've seen the final entries for the Call of the Crown challenge for October. And I had a lot of fun watching David and Josh from Crown of Command go through the entries, and I've got to be honest with you, I'm blown away with the amount of talent that's in this competition. Everything looked amazing, but we'll come back to that. First of all, we've got to drink our beer. Today we have Duel. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a Belgian beer, so the first Belgian one on the channel. Right, it is the original Belgian strong blonde. I don't know how true that is. It's just from my local supermarket. So I've not gone anywhere special to buy this. It is, though, I will say, it is an 8.4%. This is by far the strongest beer I've drunk on these Thank Mork, it's Friday. So we'll get the beer opener, we'll get it open, and we'll give it a test. I'm expecting good things, albeit I feel like it might be very sweet, being that high in alcohol content, but its pour's nice. Look at that, nice pour, nice fizz. Good head. You always want a good head. So it's a blonde beer, so obviously it's nice and pale. Lovely fizz to it. Right, if I can get through this froth, I'll let you know what it tastes like. Cheers. That's really nice. It's maybe actually not as sweet as I thought it was going to be, but you can definitely, the aftertaste definitely gives you that, oh yeah, it's high percentage of alcohol. You definitely get that feeling after the fact. Just one more taste. So my thoughts on that one, I like it. I think it's a little too strong. It tastes a lot like the Erdinger I had a few episodes ago, which is a German beer, but it's got a bit more tang on the aftertaste. Whereas the Erdinger is a slightly smoother finish. It goes down and it doesn't leave a taste to it. Whereas this does, and I think that's probably due to the alcohol content in it. But it is still a nice beer, and it's definitely a beer I can enjoy. I can enjoy it, albeit probably only one, because you might be feeling a little bit ill if you did a bit more than that. Yeah, so this is I think it's pronounced Duel, D-U-U-E-L. My pronunciation of the foreign language is not very good, so I do apologise if I got that wrong. If you've had this before, comments below, let me know. I would give it a out of 10 rating for my personal taste. This one drops down a notch. Like it's an enjoyable beer in the sun. I can imagine drinking in the sun on a hot day. So I'd give this, it's a 7.5 or an 8, between that region. Yeah, that's where I'd put this one. Oh, by the way, last week's beer, I didn't think I gave that a rating. I think last week's beer I really didn't like, and I'd give that a 4. So 3 or 4. Don't buy that one. But this one, yeah, 7.5 to an 8. I would give this. It's an enjoyable. It definitely feels like I can enjoy it. But if you're someone who doesn't like an aftertaste, maybe not for you. So that's the beer. First Belgian beer on the channel. So yeah, good representation. Now, I'm not going to base all my opinions on Belgian beers on that one. I'm sure there's even more which are even nicer, and it's still got a high rating. So yes, so the let's jump on to the channel shoutouts. And before I do, I just want to go back to I started off with about the Call of the Crown challenge. Like I say, it's been a great month, and there's been a lot of entries into it, and it's been really fun to see those entries. Like I was saying earlier, the standard is very, very high, and we'll see that right now. So I've also been lucky enough to have a few of you guys posting on the channel who have also been entering their the wares into Call of the Crown. And the first one here, we have Liam. So he finished his Wood Elf unit for the Call of the Crown challenge, and it's just a classic unit. It's beautiful. I really love this. I'd love to see this on the table. So when you get games with these guys, once you've painted your full army, please share some. I can't get my words out. Share the games. That would be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, they look really good. You've done such a good job there, and I think the guys over on Crown of the Command really praised you with that. Next, we have Emperor Jim. Welcome back, Emperor Jim. You have been a fan favourite of mine with your Hero Quest. And oh my god, okay, this is not been entered in Call of the Crown. This is purely for your own enjoyment, I believe. But they look fantastic. This is a set of goblins now from the old Hero Quest set. So now you've got your orcs and your goblins. I mean, are you going to be doing the skeletons next, or the is it the mummies in there? I can't remember what's in that set. There's definitely skeletons. There's zombies. So what's next? Because wow, I'm really enjoying seeing these. Please do some more. Do some more. So thank you, Jim, for sharing that on the channel. Then next we come back to a Call of the Crown challenge entry from Dread Paints, and he has done a fantastic job of some Chaos Knights on horseback. Wow, I mean, I love the colour. The red, it just works so well with them, and the banner is so superb. And the guy, again, I think you got high praise from the guys doing their shout out when they went through all the entries. So well done, well done. Please keep it up, and please keep sharing, because I'm really enjoying seeing your progress. Next we have Matt W. So Matt, I don't think is doing the Call of the Crown, but I do know that he's still doing plenty of Warhammer. And goblins, to be precise, and he's just slowly growing his goblin army, or his Kev Adams goblin army that he's calling it, and they are looking fantastic. They're just looking so good. Just keep plugging away, and I am looking forward to an army shot soon. Brilliant, mate, honestly, keep it going. And then last, by no means least, this week we have Kraken's Wake with his Chaos Dwarves, and we have been lucky enough to see these progress through October. He's very kindly shared on the channel his progress, and again, I mean, the standard is just so high in this challenge. It's fantastic. It's just amazing, and it was pointed out by Josh and David, the colours of the beards and how that was a risky move, but it totally worked. It totally pays off. I mean, it just gives some variety to that unit, and I think the more people see that, the more people will actually do that to their Chaos Dwarves. I wouldn't be surprised, because it just really works. So yeah, brilliant. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for posting on the channel. It means a lot, and it just, again, I keep saying it every week, but it gives me motivation to keep going. And I like to think it also gives you guys some motivation as well to see what can be done when you put a little bit of hard work in. We've just seen, I was just saying, Kraken's Wake has posted each week his progression, and you can see how they progress through the month. So please don't be shy. If you've got a project you're working on and you want to share it, it doesn't have to be Warhammer. Warhammer is just the thing that I'm working on at the moment because of the challenge I'm doing, but it could be anything. It could be epic, it could be 40k, it could be historical. It doesn't matter. I really would just love to see what you're up to. Anything really does inspire me, and you'll be amazed what one little picture does. Can really turn me on a skew, and I'm suddenly then painting other things. So please do share in the community page. And like I said, or like I do say each week, if the community page is a little bit too public for you, there is also the Discord channel, which has, I have a link in the description below. Just come over and share your wares there, and we can discuss and be inspired together, and having a good old chinwag in the Discord. So there's two ways: Discord or on this channel's community page. So what does that mean for myself? So obviously I finished my unit of skeletons. They went in and were entered for the October Call of the Crown. And if you want to, you can, and you haven't done so already, head over to Josh's channel at Crown of Command, and he has done a walkthrough with David, the guy who has been running the challenge, for all the different entries. And if you're interested, you can see my entry in that and see what they say about my skeletons. So please go and do that. So it really does mean, though, I'm now jumping into November. It is November now, so we need to get on with the next part of the army, and the next part for me is going to be a Screaming Skull catapult. November is a very, very busy month for me at work. I am working overtime, and then I've got the family as well, so I needed something I feel is going to be an easy unit to paint this month. So I don't want to use a mulligan on a tough month for me. I want to just keep going. So my thoughts behind that is to simply do a unit I feel I'm going to be able to crack out quite quickly. So that's what I'm doing. So I suppose without further ado, we might as well go over to the bench and have a look at where I am with it at the moment, and I might do just a little bit of painting whilst I've got you guys here. All right, I'll see you in a second. Okay then, guys, so down on the table I have started my Screaming Skull catapult. I've just started basically just doing the bone basically on the catapult and the crew. As you can see, I've got this little I've taken a spear off one of the horsemen, and I'm going to use it as a bit of a, I'm going to put a crossbar on it. I'm going to have like a banner. I think that just looked quite cool, having a banner to go with the catapult. Just give it a bit, make it a bit more interesting. Because at the moment it's just going to be a catapult with some guys. So I want to do something that makes it a little stand out a little bit. So when I do my photos of it later on, there's a bit of a talking point to it, I think, really. It's kind of my thinking. So hopefully I can get that done in the time. The way it's going, the guys should be done pretty quickly. I've also started just sorting out my cavalry for, might not be the next month, but one of the months. And I've this guy, he's going to be my standard bearer for these lot. So again, so I didn't stick these together, these guys. These are already, I bought them like this. I just got them off eBay. So there's a couple which I'm not particularly happy with. For example, this guy's helmet's been stuck on a bit shit and there's glue everywhere. But I'll get around that. In essence, I don't mind too much. For example, like this guy's got his shield. I feel like his shield's a little bit too far down, but they're semantics really. I'm gonna have it by the end of the challenge. I'll have a unit of skeleton cavalry, so not really worried. And so yes, so the crew just started doing, so the whites, I've just started base coating the metallic or the non-metallic metals, which obviously is going to be a theme of part through the army. Yeah, so just base coats at the moment. So whilst you're here, I was just going to quickly carry on with this guy, just to give you, essentially I've gone through how I've been painting the skull, sorry, the white for the bone, and I've also done a video on the non-metallic metals, but sometimes you need to do base coating, and that is what I've got to do here. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm a bit of a, I like a slightly thicker paint. I'm not too thick. Obviously it gets watered down in the wet palette, but I don't like it too runny, especially doing base coats. Yeah, I think sometimes you're told to have a really thin paint all the time, and I don't think that's necessarily true, especially when you want to work at speed and you want to get things done quickly. Okay, yeah, if you want to be as neat as possible, make it, make your model look as sharp as possible, I agree. Thin down those paints, do those layer upon layer, because that's how you get your best results. But that's not the only way to do things. There's more than one way to skin a cat. And slightly thicker paints for your base coats, I find. It's just my opinion. I wonder what your opinions are out there. How do you like to base coat? Do you like to go for the thicker paint? Go, yep, just get it on, get it base coated, and then work from that. And which is quite often what I do, especially when I'm trying to work quickly and just getting units done for an army, and not particularly worried about it being a showpiece as such. Another little thing, actually, obviously these are, this set of miniatures is an old, I think it must be an old 3rd edition set, and it is, they're quite nice to paint actually, compared to doing the plastic skeletons. I'm really enjoying these metal miniatures. I don't know why. It's not. I just like the slightly more cartoony detail to them. Just appeals to me. So yeah, I'm just going down. I'm just essentially just picking out all the metal, all the chainmail. So he's got a bit on this guy. He's got a bit of a. Probably should have done one of the others on camera, because this guy's a little bit tougher, because he's also got some cloth. So yeah, just going around, getting in nooks and crannies. Not worrying about it too much. I will. Obviously, I've done the bone, so I don't really want to go over it. But the bone will need to be smartened up at some point, so if I go over into it a little bit, it's not going to be the end of the world. Yeah, just trying to work out. Right, so in here, it's hard to tell, but there's chainmail in there and in there. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to pretty much paint it all blue in there and come over it where I think the cloth comes over. I always think that's a bit of a cheat way of doing it. Just paint what you think and then just come back over. There you go, I think something like that. Anyway, a bit rough and ready, but sometimes you need a bit of water. All right. So that is where I am currently with my November challenge. I feel pretty confident that I'll get these done in good time and I can spend some time on the banner, which will be the thing that will take the most time. So I'll leave you with that. So there you go. That is my Screaming Skull catapult. It's the old 3rd edition. I think it's 3rd edition. I'm pretty sure it's one of the early sculpts that they brought out. It's a really nice sculpt. It's a classic in my opinion. But that is what I'm going to be entering in for November. And I think, I've done most of the bone now. It looks a bit rough and ready at the moment, but once it's all the extra bits and pieces are apparently painted around it, and I've done a sort of shaded it here and there, it'll all come out in the wash and it should look nice. But hopefully it does mean it's a unit I can do pretty easily and quickly this month. That is the hope. I am not pushing myself this month. I am extremely busy at work, so I'm just going to try and just coast through this month. That's the plan. I'm hoping if it's cool. If I can't paint that in a month, I might as well give up. So that's my thinking. So yeah, so that is it really, guys. That is this week's Thank Mork It's Friday. I hope you've enjoyed that. If it's informative in any way, brilliant. Please share it around if this is something you like to watch. A bit of these updates and these chats to the camera. Please, by all means, leave comments. Let me know what you think of what you've seen, and yeah, any comments of anything you want to see in the future. I'm always open to different ideas. So with that then, guys, I will hopefully see you in the next video, and please keep sharing your stuff in the community page, subscribe and all that good stuff if you would like. It always helps the channel. But with that, guys, I'm going to leave you with my Belgian beer, and I'm going to get a little tipsy with this 8.6% beer. 6%, let's just check, I'm going to lie, 8.4% beer. Oh, cheers. Thank Mork, it's Friday.